What are the duties and responsibilities of parents? Do you want to know? I'm Nicholeen Peck and I teach parenting and good communication all over the world through the lens of the principle self-government. And in this video, we're going to be talking about what parent duties and responsibilities really are. I think sometimes there's some confusion about what parent responsibilities and duties are. I'd like to clear up a little bit of that confusion and then talk about what duties and responsibilities you can focus on to be a good parent. Many people think that a parent is supposed to handle every problem for their child. And that is simply not true. And then there's some people who think that the child is responsible for handling every problem themselves. And so they take a completely hands-off approach. So we have this battle that is always going on between the people who think that you should micromanage and control everything, think helicopter parent, and the people who think you should let the child just decide everything on their own, think free-range parenting, okay? But neither one of those types of parenting truly hits the mark. If we're going to talk about duties and responsibilities, we are really hitting the character and identity of a parent in a different way than just talking about tactics for child raising. So who is a parent? What does that even mean? What's the identity and purpose of a parent? A parent, whether mother or father, is supposed to be the teacher of a child. That means that lessons need to be taught. That's one of the vital roles of parenting. I actually wrote a whole book about family roles, and it's called Roles: The Secret to Family, Business, and Social Success. Just because there was so much confusion about what the roles in the family really are. So what is a child? A child is inherently a learner. They are learning all the way along. Their prefrontal cortexes are not fully developed, and so they must continue to learn, which means somebody else has to continually teach. One of the greatest duties that a parent has is to actively teach their children what they need to know to navigate life. Now, there's probably some confusion there too about what children actually need to know. Some people think that children should just know everything right up front at the very beginning. But I would say that's actually bad parenting. If a parent tells a child everything, say, about all the sexuality and all that kind of stuff, they actually could groom their child toward having sexual experiences before it would be appropriate physically, emotionally, or socially for the child to have those experiences yet. So parents can't just dump all the learning on their child, no holds barred. They have to make sure that they do the teaching at a time that is developmentally appropriate for the child. This means that sometimes parents have a duty and responsibility to protect their children. Before I talk about ways that parents need to protect their children, click the subscribe button now. This whole channel is dedicated to raising great children, helping parents navigate the society where there is so much confusion out there, and really creating good unity and bonding in your family. Click the subscribe button now. Parents have a responsibility to protect their children from things that they are not developmentally ready for. This is where there is so much conflict about what schools should do and not do. So schools are increasingly bringing in information that is not something that children are developmentally ready for. And parents are going up in arms about it. They're saying, wait, these books are not okay. That's not something that my child is developmentally ready for yet. The parents oftentimes know where their child is developmentally at. And some parents, even if they know that, they turn a blind eye and they just trust whoever says they're the expert or whoever provides the book. But there are many parents who just do not feel okay with that. And so they're trying to reclaim that responsibility for presenting certain things to their children at certain times. So there are behaviors such as aggressive behaviors. This is why there's gaming rating systems, movie rating systems. There's violence, gore that are not good for where a child is at in their brain developmentally, how they process. Vivid images can actually create trauma for children when they are too young. This is why there are mature ratings to certain certain things. So if we start bringing traumatic things to a child's attention, then we're not doing our duty as a parent to protect them properly. So protecting doesn't mean sheltering someone forever. It just means making sure the child knows things at the right time and helping them have a really good, healthy development. It really is the parent's duty and obligation to make sure that the development of their child is done properly. Trusting it to any other source, doctors, teachers, and the like, especially the media or Hollywood, please don't trust those sources for development for your children. You have to trust your own intuition, your own inspiration for what it is that your child needs. So use discernment there. It is the parent's job to utilize their discernment to make those calls for the child. And that way the parent can't blame anybody else too if it goes wrong. Now maybe some parents want to blame somebody else because they don't know, but hopefully you are looking into the development of your children. Parents also have a responsibility and a duty to teach their children in multiple different areas. So children, and all people actually, develop intellectual intelligence, practical intelligence, social intelligence, spiritual intelligence, and emotional intelligence. Parents need to instruct children in all of these ways. So they have to be personally discussing skills that children can use to become stronger in all of these areas. For instance, a religious family that is trying to help increase spiritual intelligence is going to teach their child how to pray. Think of all the old movies that have a parent sitting with their child, the child's praying at their bedside at night. This is a deliberate way to teach spiritual intelligence to the children. Or having a daily type of a scripture study or discussion, that would be teaching spiritual intelligence to the children. It is a parent's duty to do that. If the parent does not do that and they abdicate that duty, then society will teach spirituality to the children in any which way they want to. That's just how it goes. If a parent doesn't do the teaching in one of these areas, someone else will. So the parent either has to do it or find the right person to do it. So let's talk about intellectual intelligence. When a child is developing intellectual intelligence, it is really common for parents to utilize books, teachers, mentors, other people to help get the correct intellectual training to the child. This is something that the parent is making hopefully a deliberate choice about and not just falling in lockstep with every other parent that's just sending their child somewhere. Hopefully they are scrutinizing and looking objectively at all of their options and making sure that the children get the very best for their needs. So then let's talk about practical intelligence and emotional intelligence and social intelligence. Those are also very important. Let's talk about social intelligence first. The way that social intelligence is mostly taught is through example, although learning how to communicate and problem solve with friends and with family members is also a method for teaching good social intelligence. There is a skill that I teach in my Teaching Self-Government Parenting course, which is called the TSG parenting course. It's called disagreeing appropriately. This is a great skill for social intelligence. It helps a child be able to disagree with adults and children and be able to get their point across. Also, teaching them to listen and be patient are going to be skills that they'll need socially. But listening and patience are also practical skills that they need. There are many other practical skills I teach, such as how to follow instructions, how to accept no answers and criticism, how to accept consequences, and again, how to disagree appropriately. People who have good practical intelligence are people who can see what is needed in a certain circumstance. Do they need to just follow the instruction? Okay, then they do it. Whatever is the most effective, they will go ahead and do. Practical intelligence sets a person apart from other people. In fact, social intelligence and emotional intelligence are both parts of being truly practically intelligent. So let's talk about emotional intelligence. People are talking about that like crazy online and everywhere. True emotional intelligence is when a person understands a feeling that they're having, where it might be coming from, and what they need to do to properly navigate it so that they can be productive. So there are emotions that are non-productive as well as emotions that are productive. A wise parent teaches their children what is productive, what is non-productive, and helps them learn the skills for accepting things in life so that they can maintain productivity emotionally. That means they should be able to bond with people, care about people, have compassion and love toward other people, but not beat themselves up and be bullying and unkind to others around them or feel entitled. Some of those are productive emotions you'll see, and some of them are non-productive emotions. Truly great parents, if they want to prepare their children for success, will take on the responsibility of teaching all of those different intelligence, giving their children the skills they need for success. I would like to give you some more skills, especially related to emotional intelligence, and that is the skills of calmness. So I have a calm parenting toolkit where there are 10 tools that you can utilize with your child to help improve calmness for you and for them. If you click on the link in the description below this video that says teachselfgov.com/toolkit, then you can find the Teaching Self-Government Calm Parenting Toolkit for free. I would like you to have that so that you can start on the road to learning self-government and good parenting today. Click on the link now. I'll see you there.